Not many people talk about this. Here are 5 hidden dangers of traveling after 70 that every senior should know before heading out on a trip. This information will help you avoid risks that often catch elderly travelers off guard and can be prevented with a few simple actions. You'll find out what those actions are in this video. Be sure to pay special attention to the 3rd point. And once you finish watching, please rate how helpful you found the information from 1 to 10. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next video. The first danger: dehydration and loss of energy on the road. An unnoticed yet very dangerous trap. You settle into a train or airplane and everything seems to be going according to plan. Around you are people, luggage, announcements. Your heart races a little from the change of scenery, and while your body enjoys the movement, it's already in stress mode. You don't feel thirsty because you're not sweating much, and it doesn't seem hot. Drinking water feels awkward. The restroom is far away. You don't want to keep getting up, or you're just too preoccupied to think about it. But it's at this moment that your body starts losing moisture faster than you realize. After the age of 70, the sense of thirst diminishes, while the need for water actually increases. Your mucous membranes dry out, your blood thickens, your blood pressure fluctuates, and your brain becomes foggy, as if cloaked in mist. The air in an airplane is drier than in a desert. When you're on a train, you sit for long periods, cramped and almost motionless. Even on a regular outing in the sun or just waiting in line, dehydration can set in quicker than you think. And it's not just a little fatigue. A lack of fluids can trigger dizziness, worsen chronic illnesses, lead to confusion, and even increase the risk of blood clots. Most importantly, you feel that something is off, but you can't quite figure out why. What to do? Drink regularly, in small sips, until you feel thirsty. Aim for at least 1.5 liters a day. Avoid strong tea, coffee, and especially alcohol, as they only exacerbate fluid loss. Always carry water with you. Even if it's just a small bottle in your bag, make sure it's within reach. Drinking is a form of self-care. Simple, yet life-saving. The sooner you make it a habit on the road, the easier it will be for your body to say, "Thank you." But it's not just dehydration that can catch you off guard. The next risk seems harmless, yet it poses a much greater danger than we realize. Imagine this. You're settled in comfortably, an aisle seat, a cushion under your neck, a magazine in hand. 30 minutes pass, then an hour, then 2. You seem to be relaxing. You're not climbing mountains, racing through museums, or lugging a suitcase. Yet your body starts to stiffen in one position, especially your legs. As we age, especially after 70, circulation slows down. Blood vessels become less elastic, and blood thickens. When you sit still for long periods, particularly on a plane, bus, or train, the venous system in your legs starts to function less effectively. Blood can pool, pressure increases, and the risk of blood clots goes up significantly. A blood clot is not just a term from a manual. It represents a real risk of vessel blockage that can manifest suddenly. You might experience pain in your leg, swelling, shortness of breath, or even serious complications that require immediate medical attention. The good news is that this can be prevented, and it's quite simple. What to do? Every 30 to 40 minutes, move your feet. Roll from your toes to your heels, make circular motions, and tense and relax your muscles. Whenever possible, stand up and walk around, even if it's just to the restroom or along the aisle. Compression socks are especially important on planes, or if you have varicose veins. They support venous drainage and reduce strain. Additionally, avoid tight clothing. Don't cross your legs. keep your lower back supported and ensure your feet are flat on the floor. These simple actions can not only enhance your comfort, but also improve your overall health. Movement, even during a long journey, remains your best ally. However, there's one more factor that can suddenly drain your energy, especially if you're over 70. When we think about traveling, especially to warm countries, vibrant postcards come to mind. The sea, sunshine, light clothing, fresh fruits, and evening strolls. All of this undoubtedly brings joy, inspiration, and a sense of new life. Yet, it's in these very conditions, changing time zones, flights, hot climates, humidity, or conversely, cool weather and wind, that an older person's body can suddenly falter, even if similar trips were easy to handle in the past. Thermoregulation works more slowly, blood vessels react more sharply, and blood pressure can fluctuate even from the heat on a bus or the air conditioning in a hotel room. Even mild overheating in the sun or a draft during a tour can lead to headaches, nausea, spikes in blood pressure, feelings of weakness, or exacerbations of chronic illnesses. Often, a person does not even realize what has happened. They just arrived and already feel exhausted, unable to gather themselves, with a pressing headache, as if in a fog. This is not due to age, a climb up the stairs, or the weather. It is the stress on the body trying to adapt without receiving support. What to do? Choose regions with a mild, stable climate, especially if you have heart or blood pressure issues. Avoid planning active activities for the first 2 days to give your body time to acclimate. Layered clothing is key to protection. A light scarf, a cardigan, and a hat can make it easier to adapt on the go. Avoid prolonged exposure to the sun or environments with sharp temperature changes. The most important thing is not to act like a hero. If you're not feeling well, postponing your trip isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of maturity. Your resilience isn't measured by the number of miles you've covered, but by your ability to maintain balance in unfamiliar situations. However, there is another threat that people often remember when it's too late. When preparing for a trip, you check your documents, clothes, tickets, and phone charger. And only at the last moment do you remember your medication. You toss it into a container, throw it into your bag, and think everything is fine. But this is often where the mistakes occur that can turn into real problems while traveling. After the age of 70, many people find themselves taking multiple medications for issues like blood pressure, heart health, joint pain, sleep, and digestion. If you accidentally forget to take just one of these medications or take it at the wrong time due to a change in time zones, your body, already stressed from traveling, might react dramatically, leading to spikes in blood pressure, insomnia, tremors, pain, or dizziness. When traveling abroad, additional risks come into play. Your regular medications might be banned or unavailable. Packaging with labels in a foreign language can cause confusion. Local doctors may not be familiar with your specific dosages. Even within a single country, losing your luggage or experiencing delays can leave you without essential medications for even a day, which poses a significant risk. For older adults, missing even one dose can disrupt their treatment plan. What to do to avoid unpleasant situations? Pack a supply of medications for at least 57 days longer than the duration of your trip. Keep your medications in your carry-on luggage instead of your checked bag, which could get lost or damaged. Create a list of all medications, including names, dosages, and times for taking them, ideally in 2 languages if you're traveling abroad. If possible, obtain a document or note from your doctor, especially if you're taking specific medications. It's also important to maintain your usual routine. Even on vacation, set an alarm for taking your medications, keep water handy, and have a clear understanding of what and when you need to take. This isn't about aging. It's about responsibility. Nothing can ruin a vacation quite like a sudden decline in health due to a forgotten pill. And now, the last but not least point, which may seem trivial but can turn into a disaster. Traveling is a joy. You arrive in a new city, surrounded by life, movement, sounds, and colors. You want to do it all. Visit a museum, see a cathedral, explore a market, join a tour, and relax at a seaside cafe. And of course, you want to take photos, chat with fellow travelers, pick out souvenirs, and listen to the guide. It feels like your vacation has finally begun, and you want to make the most of it. But here lies a subtle, often unnoticed threat: the mental and physical exhaustion from an overload of experiences. After the age of 70, the nervous system becomes more sensitive. Information is processed more slowly, stimuli accumulate, and fatigue that would have passed in an hour at 40 can now linger all day. This can manifest not only as tiredness, but also as fluctuations in blood pressure, insomnia, irritability, brain fog, and even disorientation. Many people don't associate this feeling with their trip. Everything seems fine, yet I feel unwell. But the reason is often simple: too much, too fast, with no breaks. For rest to truly recharge you rather than drain your energy, it's essential to consider not just what you do, but the pace at which you do it. Don't plan more than 12 activities in a day. Allow yourself time for silence. After lunch, before dinner, just an hour to be with yourself. If possible, have a day without a plan. No tours, no schedules, just a walk, a cup of coffee, a good book. The wisest travelers are those who can say, "I didn't see everything, but I'm not exhausted. I feel good, and I'll have energy for tomorrow." Sometimes silence and peace in the middle of a trip can double the enjoyment, because the goal isn't to cover the entire city, but to return home feeling light, not drained. This is the mature approach to rest. It distinguishes a trip as an ordeal from a journey as a source of pleasure. And now, it's time to wrap things up. Traveling after 70 is neither a whim nor a feat. It's a well-deserved pleasure. It's a way to tell yourself, "I'm still alive. I want to see the world. I want to be on the move at my own pace, but with my heart in it." And that's why it requires a different approach. Not haste, but care. Not an endless list of sights to see, but an inner focus on not losing yourself amidst schedules, excursions, and bags. At this age, the body perceives stress differently. It doesn't forgive dehydration, is wary of prolonged sitting, reacts sharply to changes in climate, gets confused by mixed-up medications, and can shut down from fatigue, even if everything seems fine on the outside. But understanding this is your strength. It's not a reason for fear, but a foundation for wise choices. The main thing to remember is, you can travel, you can find joy, you can discover new things and be inspired, just like in your youth, but with a different focus, on quality, on self-care, on you. So drink water before you feel thirsty. Move your legs even while on the train. Breathe slowly in the heat. Carry extra medication. And most importantly, take breaks not just when you can, but as a must. Because true rest is not about checking off your to-do list. It's about returning home feeling rejuvenated in body, heart, and mind. May each of your journeys be a celebration, not a challenge. And may there be many more adventures ahead, all at your own pace.